A few years ago, I was very happy to be invited to a convention in Atlanta called JordanCon. It's a very good convention. At that time, I think it had about 500 people attending. It's grown significantly since then. It's it started off as a convention celebrating the work of Robert Jordan, who wrote The Wheel of Time, but it has expanded into all types of genre fiction. They have a very strong writing track, and I'll be back there again in April of 2019, which is this spring. We had a critique session, as they have a Friday night slush, Friday night critique, I don't remember. But most of the writer guests agreed to look over 4 or 5 different submissions from the attendees. And they had to submit ahead of time, and they ran off copies and handed us those 3 pages or whatever. And each of the pros got 4 or 5 attendees assigned to them. Out of mine, and I went and talked to my friend James afterwards, and Stuart, who's here today. I don't know if you guys met Stuart Jaffe. We were all at the convention together, and I went and talked to Stuart afterwards. We each had 5 attendees assigned to us. Our first note to 4 of the 5 was, your book starts in the wrong place. I don't give a shit what your character had for breakfast. I know that they got up in the morning. I don't care that they went to the bathroom or shaved or took a shower or had Fruit Loops or whatever. En media res is your friend in the middle of the action. One of my early novels is an apocalyptic superhero book called Genesis. No, I don't have any with me. I stopped carrying it because I haven't written the sequel yet, and I want people to stop asking me about it because I haven't finished the book yet. And yes, it is 7 years old. Shut up, Rothfuss can do it, so can I. I have an epic beard, and I'm fatter than him. When I wrote the first draft of Genesis, I started the book with the protagonist waking up, taking a shower, having an argument with her mother, storming downstairs, going to school, her brother getting in an argument on the way into the schoolhouse, going through an uneventful first period. The book, as published, starts with the main character running down the hall in the middle of third period. That's where the book starts. The book doesn't start with the superfluous crap. Get me to where the book starts. I don't need background up front. You can drop all of those relationships in hints, in dialogue, in internal monologue, in flashback, in all of those things, in action later in the scene. Give me just a sentence here and there of description, of character development, of relationship description. Drop it in hints. Your readers are smarter than you give them credit for. That's a flaw that writers have. And God, publishers are worse than writers. We treat readers like morons. And it's a failing in all of us. Readers are smart. As much as you guys read, you damn well ought to be. Give them credit for being able to figure it out. Let them know what came before. I have a long career in theater before I started writing fiction, other than my income taxes. Uta Hagen has an exercise before you go on stage where you think about the moment before, where you think about what happened before your character enters the scene. But you don't ever do that on stage. The playwright doesn't show that to you. You as the writer may need to know what happened at breakfast. I don't need to know that in a direct timeline. You can tell me that they had an argument at breakfast when You can tell me that the main character had an argument with her mom at breakfast when she finds her mom's body later that day, and oh my God, the last thing I said was, I hate you. That's stronger. Get into the action quickly.